Hey, I just released the video on making this jig for my router table. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll have a link in the description. And this is something I've been thinking about building for a while. There was actually a comment that made me start thinking about this more. If I can find it, I'll put it on screen, but someone was asking about drift on the bandsaw with my circle cutting jig I made for that. And that's not particularly a concern of mine, but it is possible, and I could see how that could be an issue for some items, some tabletops maybe. You don't really have a nice 90-degree cut in relation to the top or bottom. So I was thinking this could also be really useful in tandem with that. You can just cut circles with this, but I was thinking it could be nice if you cut circles with the bandsaw jig and use this to clean up the edges to make a nice 90-degree cut. Or if you want to add fancy borders on it without, without needing a bearing on that bit. So you can just do this in the router table with whatever bit you want. But also, like I said in the video, I wanted to cut some curves where there's a point, a pivot point, and then a curve from that. That isn't through the material, it's kind of embedded in it. And I did a test run and it works well. So I think it's going to work well for the project I have coming up. And I think one thing I would change on this is I have all of these over here. I think another row here would be nice because then you get the most versatility in. I mean, these were so easy to add and T-nuts are cheap that I could have just done that. I could have added more other places too, but I don't know, the way it is, that works fine. So I'm kind of curious what you think. If you're going to try building something like this yourself, if you see any problems with it, or if there's anything you would improve.